I didn't realize just how much of a creature of habit I was until this lockdown, when I'm having to live such a different life to what I was living before. And I know this probably applies to a lot of you watching this. Basically, I Monday to Friday, I had a strict regime. I work from Monday to Friday from 9 o'clock to 5:15, and I have an hour commute to work each way. So I have to be up at a certain time. I have to dress a certain way because I work in an office. And obviously, throughout the day, I punctuate it with I'll get in and I'll have a cup of tea. At 11 o'clock, I like to have a cup of tea. I like to have a snack at 1:30. I'll go for a walk. In the afternoon, it's likewise. I'll have a glass of water. I'll have another tea or a coffee. Then I've got my commute home. And then I get home. I prepare my meal with my husband, and then we eat. And then I like to read, and then we go to sleep, and that's repeat for Monday to Friday. And at the weekends, I run at a certain time. I go and see my mum on a Sunday. I talk to my sister. I go and see her, and that's the time I've got, like everybody else, to meet my friends and family, etc., etc. And I'm sure a lot of you watching this have a similar lifestyle. And look how much routine there is in there. And there are certain things I do at certain times, and there are certain people I see at certain times. And with this lockdown, I found that overnight, I couldn't do these things. And some of the things, if I could do them, I had to do them very, very differently. And I don't know about you, but I've really, really resisted that. And it's taken me, we're into, I think it's 3 weeks or 4 weeks into lockdown. And it was only about 2 days ago that I finally let go and allowed myself to accept this situation, because I have, in my mind, been struggling with it. I have not exercised like I used to. I've started eating things that I don't normally, things like Diet Coke, which I normally don't drink at all. I used to just drink water or tea. And I've become reliant on things like crisps, chocolates more. And I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing, but I started to feel the effect of that mentally and physically. And I knew that I was struggling. And even though I like to help people lose weight, I like to help people feel better. I found myself slipping back into the old routines, the old me before I discovered the anti-diet lifestyle, before I lost weight, before I had before I had no confidence, should I say. And I couldn't believe it. And I found that on this slippery slope, momentum was building up. First, I missed one run, then I missed two, then I missed three. And then instead of having one packet of crisps, I've been having two, I've been having three, I've been having four or five. And that's in one go, one after the other. And then instead of having my normal vegetables, I've been having, say, a sandwich, which is not as healthy, with things that I wouldn't normally eat, things I wouldn't even normally crave. And I was really alarmed to find out that after all these years of me being slim, I could still revert back to how I used to be, that my default somewhere deep inside is still that person I used to be, still the binge eater, still the person who doesn't want to exercise, still the person who does sometimes feel not good enough. And I was really shocked about that. And I'm making this video because I know a lot of people are struggling at the moment. And I just wanted to let people know that this is totally, totally natural. When you lose a large part of your life, a large part of your security as well, it does have devastating effects. And it is normal if you're struggling right now with your food, even if you had lost weight before, even if you found yourself in a really good place, and suddenly you find that you're spiraling out of control, just like I was, and up until a couple of days ago. I just want you to know that it's perfectly natural response to a crisis, because it is a crisis right now. I know that it's all everybody's talking about, and perhaps you don't want to hear about it, but I did want to make this video because I wanted people to know that they're not alone, that it's a normal reaction, and that you will be okay. Because what's happened is, what I think the turnaround point for me was when I finally accepted what was going on. Because I did struggle with it. I did think it was going to be over very quickly. I did think, oh, I'll just act as if nothing's changed, nothing's happened. And that was completely the wrong thing to do. I've realized that. And as soon as I realized it, that was really the turning point for me when I started to revert back to the healthier me, the happier me, the more confident me. And I've gradually, naturally started to eat better. I went for my run this morning. I feel better inside of myself, mentally and physically. And I just wanted you to know that the quicker you accept the change in your environment, the quicker you lean into rather than against what is going on, the quicker you'll begin to heal, the quicker you'll start to feel better, and the quicker you'll start to gain that control back into your life and your eating. So accept that this is normal. Don't be hard on yourself. In fact, be very, very kind to yourself, and then lean into this and start being creative with how you can exercise, how you can keep in touch with family, how you can show you care about others. Just learn to be creative and you will start feeling a whole lot better.